real reason the Anunnaki created humans, according to claims, the subject and issues that arise from the studies of the Summerian legends, as well as other very close to them, as well as their comparative study, create different paths of thought which paradoxically reach a common destination. So in order to identify the reason that the ancient Anunnaki created man, we have to take things from the beginning. It's said that the Igigi, according to Sumerian legend, those who turn and see, the Watchers in other words, were ancient gods of the younger generation and servants of the powerful Anunnaki gods who came to Earth to mine gold. The terminology used to describe the gods is extremely complex and still needs much study. Researchers believe that the term Igigi is of Semitic origin and denotes a group of gods in the Mesopotamian pantheon. It's still unclear which ancient gods belong to the Igigi, but many scholars suggest that Marduk, the chief god of the city of Babylon, was one of the Igigi. Lead scholars use the term Igigi to refer to the mythological Sumerian deities, and according to several scholars, the Igigi were the younger servants of the Anunnaki who started a revolt against their masters and the Enlil dictatorship. In the myths of Artaxerxes, the story of the Babylonian flood, and at the same time a forerunner in the similar story of Gilgamesh, Sumerian paradise is described as a garden where the lower gods, the Igigi, set to work digging a river for their Anunnaki masters. And according to Aurak Museum UPenn Education, it says, when the gods who looked like men, in other words, they were similar looking to humans, when the gods who looked like men brought the work and suffered from the toil of the gods was great, the work was heavy, the misery was great, and the seven great Anunnaki made the Igigi suffer from the work. End quote. So we see from here that these Igigi actually did look, they appeared similar to Homo sapiens. Now, based on the theory of the ancient astronauts, it suggested that the Igigi were similar to the Anunnaki and remained in a continuous orbit around our planet Earth. They were basically considered as the intermediates between our planet and Nibiru, the planet of the Anunnaki. Many believe that Igigi remained in orbit around our planet on giant platforms where minerals were processed and delivered to them from Earth. After processing the ores, the material was transported to other spaceships with the final purpose of being taken to their home planet. After years of hard work for the Anunnaki, the Igigi rebelled against their masters. It's said, therefore, that, quote, they set free to their tools the surrounding Enlil's great house at night, end quote, forcing the ancient Anunnaki to find other slaves to undertake the work. This is why the ancient Anunnaki replaced the Igigi, as they genetically created those ancient people in order to take over and continue the toil of the Igigi's work. The Igigi apparently never met humanity, nor did they come in contact with it. It is said that many texts suggest that the Igigi were too high for humanity and therefore, quote, did not deal with humans, end quote. Many authors suggest that humans were the first slave race ever created after genetically modified about 500,000 years ago. And this is according to Sumerian legends, Sumerian texts. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.